All right. And so what I'll get you to do now is just bringing the hands to the heart space. And then as you breathe in, taking those arms up. As you breathe out, big wide arm circles. Exhale. And then again, inhale, taking those arms up all the way up. Just getting strangled in my scarf. Exhale. Bringing those arms all the way around. And then back the other way. Inhale, gathering up all that energy. Exhale, bringing it back through. And one more time. Inhale, big wide arm circles. And exhale. I'm bringing that back through. Very good. All right, so we're going to move on to the water now. So what I'll get you to do is just close down your eyes again for a moment. And what I would like for you to do is to visualize your favorite body of water. So whether that's somewhere that you visit or somewhere that you're longing to visit, it might be a picture, it might be your bathtub, it might be a shower, it might be a beautiful big glass of refreshing water. Anything, it might be a beautiful picture of the Maldives. Anything at all that you can bring into your mind's eye. It might be a lake or a stream. Your favorite water. And then just taking a moment to connect in with that water. So consciously inviting the energy of the water to be present, be presented to you. And sensing into any qualities of the water. And then when you're ready, you can open up your eyes again. And just what were some of the aspects that you noticed? Any of the water qualities, what you may have learnt before or how you felt, how you feel water? What are some of those qualities? So we know, for our physical that we need to be drinking water to cleanse and clear our physical, the toxins from the metabolic processes, but it's also very important for our energy layers as well, our emotional bodies. So our waters hold our emotions. Has anyone seen Emoto's work? Not Emoto, the water crystal photography. If you haven't, I encourage you to look it up. It's amazing. E-M-O-T-O. He was a Japanese research scientist. And what they did is they took water. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. They took water from different sources. They froze the water. And then on thawing, they took electron microscope photos of the water crystals as it was starting to melt. And you can see the stark difference between the shape of the water crystals from pristine sources to polluted sources of water. That was some of the first studies. You can see all of these pictures of the water crystals that him and his research group did. They did it over a number of years, and they also experimented with sending vibrational frequency, so different thought forms into the water as well. So they did things like I hate you and I love you. And there's such a profound difference in the structure of the water. It is really good evidence that water holds emotional imprints. It holds vibrational imprints. This is how homeopathy works. This is how essence medicine works as well, because the water holds the coding. The coding of whatever energy is in its environment. So if we think that our bodies are 2/3 water, just imagine what's happening to us based on our environments both internal and external. And so, you know, if we allow ourselves to continue to be in environments that aren't in our best interest, if we don't allow ourselves to create change, it does become to affect ourselves. No matter how much we think we can just switch off to disharmony in our environment, it will start to affect the waters. And once our waters become affected, it affects the flow of our energy and the flow of our life as well. So I notice with the water qualities, flow is another really important aspect of water. And so when our waters become disharmonious from disharmonious external environments, it affects the flow of energy through all of our systems. Also, our internal environment is another really important consideration as well. What stories do we tell ourselves? You know, are we being really hard on ourselves? And I know this is very prevalent. I see it in clients all the time that, you know, they can have, you know, cultivated really loving environments and relationships on the external, but they're stuck with this fighting with the self on the internal. And this also affects the waters. This affects the energy and the energetic flow of our waters. And so, you know, we can use the water energy to help us to find clarity through this cleansing and clearing. You know, we often tie ourselves in knots trying to make decisions, wanting to get clarity. But because of this energetic discord, it's difficult for us to get clarity through all of the noise of the, you know, the negative belief patterns that we hold, the noise of the doubts and the fears that we hold, that we don't know what's best for us from our inner truth. So I remember very distinctively, actually, years ago when I was on one of my little forest travels, and I sat down next to some water. And at the time, I was having some problems within one of my relationships and needed to make, you know, some decisions. And so I sat down by the water. And, you know, it was my intention to get some clarity from the water, but really I just wanted the water to tell me what to do. But what happened is when I engaged with the water elementals, clear as day, the advice was there are no right or wrong answers. There are only the choices that you need to make to walk forward on the path that you are creating. And I paused and I took a deep breath and had to sit with that for a fair while, because basically it's such a profound truth, is that the more we search outside ourselves for answers, the further we move away from our own inner wisdom. And there are no wrong answers. Like, that is so powerful. There are no wrong choices. All of the choices that we make are part of our path. And it's really was just giving myself my power back. And so whilst I was seeking outside for the answers, I wasn't going to get any, because the reality is that we create our own journey. We create our own patterns and they should be our own choices as well, because we are crafting our future. And, you know, every time I've engaged with the water elementals, the inspiration or the downloads that I get are always so short and succinct and so potent that I need to often go away and reflect on the teachings, because it's just back to that as well that I mentioned earlier, that life was not meant to be that difficult. And there are some really, the simple solutions are often the best, or always the best solutions, probably, you know, as well. So, you know, when we're working with the water, So water is very much also associated with our reproduction. So we are born into water and we are born from water. And so any health issues that we have around reproduction, we can use the element of water and engaging in practices that help us to connect with the waters, will help us to clear those emotional layers that are often very much more potent when they are in those types of our lineage relationships. So the children, parents, siblings, partners, all of those that are interconnected by water are our most potent emotional lessons. And so as we work with the waters, we can help to bring balance back to that sacral area. So where the womb issues, fertility issues, all of those sorts of things, menstrual cycle dysregularities, anything to do with water, circulation, as well as a fluid is a flow. And so we can work with the waters to start to clear some of that density out from those systems to restore balance. What I'd like for you to do first is close down your eyes. And take that opportunity to connect back in with that water that you identified with earlier, or maybe just be open to some different water that may want to connect with you at this time. And as you breathe into that still space of the earth, so that you may more freely connect with the aspects of water, that flow. You might imagine yourself in that water if that's possible for you, or being close enough nearby to really be able to feel that movement and the way that the water moves and flows. And now taking a moment to do a scan of your body and notice if you can feel any areas of disharmony, any areas where there may be some energetic stuckness, or maybe just somewhere you're intuitively drawn to within your body. Or maybe within your mind, maybe there is something that's been playing on your mind lately. If there's an uneasiness, or maybe even something you've been trying to avoid on an emotional level. And just taking a moment to connect in with that. And then as you open up your eyes, just grabbing your pen and your journal and just starting to write. And just starting to write what that is for you. You might, if it was something you identified in the physical body, just describing how that felt. If there was any awareness that came with that, or if it's something that you're aware of in any relationships. Or maybe there's something else from the past. Just allowing yourself to write. So the process of auto writing is just that, allowing whatever to come out. It doesn't matter how you spell, it doesn't have to be neat, it doesn't matter if it has punctuation. It's just that process of free flow. And as we create that free flow through that writing, it allows you to connect into deeper layers without filtering it through the thinking mind, just allowing yourself to continue to write. And then asking yourself, what's deeper than that? What is deeper than that? Just continuing to write. Just allowing it to flow with the waters. It's one of the reasons that crying is so beneficial, because it's releasing emotions that are stuck on the waters. So whenever you feel like crying, do yourself a favor and allow the tears to flow. The more we try to stop it, we're just holding in that which wants to be released. That's why we cry, releasing those emotions. I'll just give you another minute. If you might ask yourself again, what's deeper than that? It's actually a process you can continue to go down through the layers, because often what we think might be a problem, the depth of the problem can be something completely different. So we allow ourselves to open to the what's deeper than that. And then what's deeper than that. And so when you feel like that's complete, you can close down your eyes again. You can always come back and continue to use that process more deeply. And closing down the eyes again and connecting back in with your water, your favorite place of water. And allowing yourself once more to be immersed in its energy. And now inviting the energy of the water elementals to help you to cleanse and clear, to move and release. Helping to bring back into balance, back into harmony, through allowing that awareness to move through you. Allowing that which cannot be changed to be let go. Allow yourself the opportunity to release, to cleanse and clear that which is not serving your benefit. Just feeling that water energy move through you. Cleansing and clearing. Rebalancing the waters within you. Water always takes the path of least resistance. And it always brings into balance its levels, its concentration. So as we connect with the pristine, with the pure water, it helps to transform our waters. Now taking a moment to thank the waters And it is in that process of thanking the waters that the waters regenerate. Each time we're in water, we drink water, we bathe or use the water, when you can remember to give thanks is its greatest blessing. As you're ready, you can start to bring some gentle movement back. And you might like to write down anything else that came through for you or how you're feeling right now.